Today I'm going to do my top picks for summer eyeshadow or spring summer eyeshadow, as I recently did my top fall palettes and so many of my fellow Australians and Kiwis were in the comments saying, hey, can we get a summer video for us Aussies and Kiwis? And you guys are absolutely right. We are in spring summer here in Australia and New Zealand in this part of the world. So let's go ahead and do my top summer/spring eyeshadow palette picks. Now, before we get stuck into this video, let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. Very quickly before we start, this makeup look is coming. It is coming soon, so keep an eye out. I did film like a bit of a get ready with me, filming this very quick and easy, colorful look. I was prepping it for this video. So I have quite a few eyeshadow palettes in front of me, and I also have a couple of cream eyeshadows. Let's just get stuck into it. Let's get the Pat McGrath labs out of the way first, shall we? Now, I talked about this in my fall palettes video, which if you haven't seen that, I'll link it down below for you guys. But I actually think that this particular Mothership palette crosses both of these seasons, crosses fall or autumn and crosses into spring summer, and it is the Huetopian Dream Mothership. And the reason for that is I spoke about in the fall video how, you know, these three shadows right here and the pink and the chocolates are actually really autumn fall based, but these beautiful incredible purples right here and this like fresh pink and this bright coral is actually really perfect for those summer looks. So I do think that this Huetopian Dreams palette is a palette that really will kind of cross over those seasons, because I mean, just look at those purples. They're like completely neon glitter, and who doesn't want a little bit of fairy dust in the summertime? That's what I'm saying. The other Pat McGrath Labs eyeshadow palette that I think is really, really pretty for summer is actually the Bridgerton 2 Belle of the Ball little 6-pan, because these shadows are actually really summer friendly. So this mint, I love using this mint all over the lid. It is absolutely beautiful. I love using this pink right here as a one and done, this rose gold right here. These shadows all are really, really summer friendly kind of shadows. And then you have the kind of more cool tony Gigabyte gold right here for like glam looks at night, and then you have the matte in the palette as well for deepening the looks up. So I think that this Belle of the Ball is actually like really, really perfect for summer makeup looks. And I was going through my Pat McGrath Labs palettes to kind of pick out the ones that I would use for summer. I'm gonna be completely transparent. I don't really categorize my palettes into seasons. I kind of just wear whatever I want to wear. I think it's because we don't really have dramatic seasonality where I live. It's quite, you know, steady most of the time at a normal temperature, and that leaning more towards warm. So I don't really categorize it, but when I was looking at like summer vibes, I was kind of like, you know, I would see myself reaching for this quite a lot. It really does have more like a neutralish but also colorful kind of summer palette vibe to it. So I'm into it. Look, in the fall vibes, in the fall palette video, I said count how many times I said fall vibes. Now say count how many times I say summer vibes. You know what I'm saying? Don't do a drinking game, kids, unless it's with coffee. That's acceptable. Another neutral palette that, when I was thinking about it, I was sitting here going, okay, I obviously want to pick some like colorful palettes because that screams summer to me, like those spring kind of type, like those, sorry, pastel, like my eyes kind of look colorful palettes. And then I was thinking, yeah, but like I'm pretty basic and I don't really wear color on the everyday, let's be real. And then I thought about this palette and I was like, yeah, this really does speak summer to me, and that is the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 1 palette. Now, this could also cross over into that fall autumn because you do have these kind of like chocolatey colors right here. The reason, sorry, this is so reflective. I'm trying to get an angle where it's not so bad. The reason why I say this is a really good summer palette is, one, it's very neutral and you can use any of these shades as like one and dones, but also you have like this kind of peachy color here, you have this lighter color right here, and then you also have this bronzy color right here, which when I think about summer makeup looks, I also think about the bronzy kind of glowy. I know that this is not focusing, I am sorry, there we go. I think about those bronzy peachy makeup looks, and this is bronzy peachy makeup. So I really do like it. I know some people don't love this one as much as they love the second one because of the formula. I haven't had any issues with my metallics getting hard panned. If yours do that, I know it's not ideal. you spend a lot of money on this palette, so I know it's not ideal, but if you do get hard pan, just get a little bit of sticky tape and tap it over the top and it will get rid of that hard pan for you. I know you shouldn't have to do that, but if you've already bought it and you're getting it, then that's how you can fix it. My second to last neutral palette recommendation is actually the Nude Prism palette from Lunar Beauty. This is one of my favorite palettes, and actually I do think that this palette works really well for fall, autumn, and spring, summer, because you kind of have these more like autumny tones down here, but then for summertime you have these beautiful pinky nudie tones up here, and you also have those like beautiful bronzy, pinky, glowy metallic shades in the middle. So I don't know, this palette kind of screams all year round, I guess, to me, but especially in summer, like this like little peachy transition shade with, you know, the pinky shades in the middle. Like these metallics, you guys, I keep saying it in every video, and I'm probably going to keep saying it until people start like listening to me, but Lunar Beauty is just so underrated. Like these metallics are insane. His matte shades are insane. Really, really good quality, especially for the price point, truly. If I was to recommend like the Patrick Tar or the Lunar Beauty, I would recommend the Lunar Beauty more so than even the Patrick Tar. I think this is better quality, I really do. This has also got some color in it. So this one right here is the Viseart Paris Love Letter palette, and this palette is so good. I always talk about Viseart being such an impeccable formula. It's perfect for those everyday makeup wearers. It's perfect for literally anybody, whether you're a beginner to eyeshadow, an expert at eyeshadow, it doesn't really matter. Definitely that kind of girl that wants, or person I should say, sorry, that wants to just throw their eyeshadow palette in their bag and go, maybe take it to the gym, to work, tonight, whatever. This is such a great palette because it's so small and compact. It like folds up. It's brilliant. And it even has a little mirror in here if you do need to get ready. But this color story is so summer. Is that not just summer? So you have your beautiful peach and your beautiful green and purple, and then you have all of the neutral tones that you could want. The quality is exceptional. Everything about this palette to me screams like summer, and I just absolutely adore it, and I adore Viseart. So, you know, you could get this one for summer, and then the cashmere for autumn, fall, winter, and you're good to go. You know what I mean? You're good to go. Every time I say you're good to go, I think of Pam and, is it Oscar at The Office, where they're like, we're good to go. No, Andy, Pam and Andy, where they're like, we're good to go. Say what? We're good to go. Say what? And they're like, stop it. You have to be an Office fan to get that. Anyway, okay. One more neutral palette, and then we are moving into some colors. So this is, I actually have quite a few Kaleidos palettes to talk about, and it's not because they sent me these products. I genuinely think these are awesome, awesome summer products, and I also think that these are really, really good quality palettes. My friend came over and was actually playing with my makeup collection the other day, and she played with some of these Kaleidos ones and instantly was going home to buy them because she's like, these are insane. I've never seen anything like them. Not this palette specifically. I'll talk about that palette when we get to it. This one right here is for my neutral lovers that wants that little bit of fairy dust. So this is the Futurism 7 Sashimi City little palettes. I have picked these up. The brand sent them to me. I haven't done a video yet. I am going to though. This is what the color story looks like. So you've got your neutral mattes in here, but these metallic shades are so incredible. Look at them. Look at this. They're like fairy dust, kind of duochrome magical pixie dust. Like, camera won't do them justice. You have to trust me. They're stunning, stunning, and so wearable. This one here has like a slight greeny gold shift, and this one has like a pinky gold shift. And so it's like that summertime kind of color, but it's so subtle that you won't look overpowered at all. It's so beautiful, and the quality of these are gorgeous. Really, truly, I promise. Let's stay on the Kaleidos train. So this is the Futurism 5 Electro Turquoise, and this is for my colorful lovers. Look at this colorful color story. Is that not insane? I love this color story so much. I think that this is incredibly beautiful. Like this orange pop with the turquoise all over the lid. Perfect, absolutely perfect. So if you are a turquoisey, greeny, orangey, you know, eyeshadow lover, then this is your palette, my friend. this is your palette. And then the last Kaleidos eyeshadow palette is the Escape Pod. And this is the one that my friend saw and was like, oh my God, I need this. So this is this one right here. This is definitely not for the faint of heart. You definitely want to be comfortable wearing a little bit of color here. But I will say, I did a look on my friend the other day and she's not a colorful makeup wearer at all. And I kind of showed her how she could incorporate these kinds of colors on the everyday. And so we just put the neutral tones through our crease and I put the green on the outer corner and then I put this shade mostly all over the lid. And so when she was turning and shifting her head, she got kind of those pops of color, but it was still really wearable. But these shadows are, I've done a video using this palette and I can't stress enough, the quality is so incredible. The metallics, you guys, they're so beautiful. Absolutely. I don't know why it's not focusing. Come on. Look at them. They're so magical. They're so magical. If you are into color, you need this. You need it. And it's just so fresh and so summer. So fresh. So summer. Obviously, we need to talk about the Natasha Denona Pastel palette. So this is the Natasha Denona Pastel palette. I've actually got quite a few looks on my channel using this palette. And it's actually, I've got a mix of this and the green, a green in here? No, a green from Club Nebula, sorry, on my eyes today. But I do have this packed all over my lids today as well. This is a really, really, really good palette for those of you that really do want to get into color but want it to be very subtle, like a watercolor kind of eyeshadow where it is very, very soft. And if that is you, then this is the palette that you want to kind of look at. I will say, if you're anything other than my skin tone, like if you're much deeper than me, there's not much of this is going to show up on your skin because it's definitely like, it's almost too like kind of powdery for my skin tone. But it is very, very pretty. You've got your blues, which is really trending right now. You've got your greens, you've got your mints, you've got your lavender. You can't really go wrong. And I do have a few looks up on my channel using this palette if you want to get some inspo as to how you can incorporate it. But definitely, I mean, spring, summer, right? Like absolutely, absolutely. Last eyeshadow palette, and then I have a couple of cream shadows and a single shadow to show you guys. This is the Huda Beauty Wild Python little 9-pan palette. And I think that this is a really nice palette to pick up if you want to introduce some of these kind of tones into your makeup looks. But you don't want to pick up a really big eyeshadow palette because you're not sure if you'll incorporate a lot of color, especially with like Black Friday coming up. I imagine you'll be able to get this on sale. This shadow quality in here is so good. I have a look using this on my channel and I also have a couple of looks on my Instagram, just photos where I've worn this. Like the shadows are so pretty. These are surprisingly wearable. And the way that you can incorporate these mattes, like, and especially because you've got a couple of neutrals, you can actually make this a really wearable palette while introducing those pops of colors. And I just love this acid green, right? Like this all over the lid alone is just stunning. And they perform surprisingly well. And I say surprisingly well because this kind of a shade is actually quite hard to formulate to get like pigmented on the eye. And I think Huda's done a really good job with this palette. So I actually think this is an awesome summertime palette. Let's talk about a single shadow. This is the Makeup by Mario Bronzite. Now this went viral on the talks. All the kids sent it viral. And I think if you're just looking for like one kind of shadow for summer, like that's kind of gonna give you that real bronze vibe but not be like anything overpowering, you won't even be able to see it on here, really. This might be your gal because this is just a very subtle kind of brown suspended glitter type shade. It's nothing like a Pat McGrath Labs shade. It really isn't, but it is very, very pretty. And for the cost of it, I think if you're looking for something that's just very bronzy and glowy looking, you will really like it. Next up, let's talk about Ella's Farce. This brand does not get any of the hype that it deserves. This is one of them cream metallic shades, and this is E302. I have done a get ready with me using this brand, and if you want the liquid form of Fire Opal from Pat McGrath Labs in Bronze Seduction, then you need to go and pick yourself up this cream shadow because look at it. Look at that. Is that not insane? Absolutely stunning. I love this cream shadow. It doesn't crease on my hooded eyes. It doesn't budge. It's extremely easy to use. It's very friendly. I think this was about $50 Australian, so it'll probably be about 30 to 35 US. And this is just a way that if you're looking for Fire Opal specifically, like this is pretty much it just in the liquid form. And I think that this all over the lids You could just wear this every day in summer. It's like perfect, right? Like it's such a gorgeous green, beautiful, like goldy shade, and it's so wearable. I love it. I love it. Last, we have one that is a little bit expensive, but it is very summertime to me and I do really love it. And it is the Tom Ford Cream and Shadow Duo. Now this is in the color Golden Peach, and I don't know about you, but summertime screams peach to me. So this one, you get the cream on one side, which is this right here. And again, I find this to be very wearable. I don't find it to, I've done a terrible awkward job there, but it's very peachy and I don't find it to crease on my hooded eyes or anything like that. Very simple to use, very fuss free. You could throw it in your handbag. And then in the top here, you get the powder sparkly eyeshadow. I'm not flipping you off, sorry. And you just kind of pop it over the top and it adds this beautiful kind of glittery sheen, and it just looks impeccable on the everyday. It looks so stunning. I do this quite often when I'm in a rush. I'll just like throw the cream on and then the shadow. You could even just do one or the other. You don't have to do both. Sometimes I'll pop this one on if I just want like kind of a wet look without anything on the lids. So beautiful, truly so beautiful. I really love this. And then because it's that peachy color, it's just this most perfect, real summer juicy vibe. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that concludes my spring summer palette recommendations. What do you guys think? Any favorites in here? Any new suggestions? What do you guys recommend? What's your favorite summer palette? I would love to know. And I know that a lot of you, most people that watch my channel are from like the top half of the world where it is going into that fall winter season right now. But hopefully you had a fun time talking about makeup regardless with me. If you're watching till this point, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. If you haven't already, pretty please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps my channel out so much and I truly appreciate it. And other than that, I hope that you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.